Welcome to another episode of my Motortown playthrough. Today we are back on Hokihoshi server because, well, I just like playing on this one. And I'm going to do something that I don't think I've done before, even though the thing I'm going to do was in the game for a while now. I'm talking about my own food supply route. The one that I'm using for my AI company trucks in order to resupply the supermarkets. I've basically had been using the same since supermarkets came out late last year, but I don't think I've ever shown you guys how that route works in detail by doing a run of it myself. So, we are going to be using the Lobo because that's the same truck that I use for my AI drivers. Semi-tractor, that's the one we should be getting out first. And then we are going to go for the full route starting over here. I'm not sure how long that's going to take. It might be a multi-part thing, but we'll have to see. I'm also running one of my company trucks right now to do some container resupplying. So that's also happening in the meantime. Also, I have a bit of hay fever. It's starting again. 'Tis the season, and I absolutely hate it. Anyways, let's set this thing up and let's get going. So, for the Lobo, I'm usually driving mostly in first person. The reason is if a thing starts going in a weird direction, starts losing control, I need to see that, and from third person, I can mainly see the trailer. And since I'm basically only steering this thing indirectly, when the trailer starts going off, it's already too late. So with this one, I get much more direct feedback through the first person, and that makes it much easier to control. So we are going to go from one farm to the other and then over to Jeju Island, Gangyang, Seongsang, Jeju, Hallam, and then back down this way. So basically taking in all the stuff from this here town, then going to the northern island and then doing a lap around it counterclockwise. So let's see. First farm over here. And I want to primarily load stuff for the things that we are going to encounter sooner than later. So ignoring all the warehouses, I first up want to get stuff for Gangyang and also Seongsang. That's the warehouse. No, stop it. Is it down here? Singsang, that's another warehouse. I wish there was a way to order by, yeah, supermarkets and all of that. So 3 to each because that's the capacity they have for each. And then Jeju is next, and then afterwards Hallam Supermarket. And that's how we got 10 items loaded up, which is all that this thing can carry. So, I mean, the farm can carry or hold. So yeah, that's going to be replenishing the supplies there. So next time we come around, it should be having stuff again. The thing is, especially in single player, when I have multiple tasks going around the same route, the thing starts changing dynamics if it runs for a while. After all, the supermarkets, they need a bit of time in order to go through the supplies. So the first time around, everything is going to be empty for a specific type of item. So basically, I need more in order to fill up the supermarkets than what is available at the farm. If I came around again and there would still be some items in the different supermarkets, I could only load in order to top off. So with the first one, or the first run here, it's always going to be a bit overwhelming. Or more like, yeah, it's going to give me more items than what I can really carry. And from the second or third lap on, it's going to start reducing that because the supermarket shouldn't be empty by the time I get here, and therefore I can only get maybe 1 or 2 items, and then it's all going to balance out differently. And the ones that didn't get anything from a particular type of good the first time around, there should be more space to carry that stuff specifically for them. And yeah, I'm not going to carry anything for Gappa because that's going to be at the very end of this run. And way too early to go packing for that. Warehouse, supermarket. And yeah, I'm filling up for Gengyang specifically so that once I get there, I unload all the stuff, and then for the next thing, I'll have more space in the bag. Seonsang supermarket, but yeah, let's imagine that by the time I come back, only one of the items has been consumed. So yeah, that means that in all for the second run, I would be loading up 1 item for Gengyang, 1 item for Seonsang, and 2 for the others. So that's how I could fill up the entire thing in the end. To give a easy, straightforward kind of thing here. I think it wasn't how I wanted to load it. I'm kind of all over the place. Seonsang. I'm not missing something here. We have the items to Gengyang, that's the main thing. Let's bring something over to Helen, but the numbers right now, they don't seem to... I mean, they add up to 20, but I don't know. Free, 1. Okay, that's the problem. I went to... got that one, and I should have brought that to... Helen. Like that, yeah. It's hard trying to talk and keep an eye on this stuff as well. So how can I make my way out of here? Let's see. Also, to be clear, the first axle on my trailer is lifted so that the wheels shouldn't be touching the ground right now, and that makes it much easier to do very tight maneuvers. Going a bit into the dirt, but I don't mind. I also don't mind if I cut down the lamppost here. That's just a necessary sacrifice and for somebody else to fix. But yeah, we made it out of here with only minor collateral damage, so I'm really happy about this. This is good. So let's go on to the next one, and then we should be getting out of this area. Okay, let's see. Warehouse, supermarket, let's go with 2. Then Seonsang warehouse, Singsha, Gappa. Seonsang supermarket, that's gonna take 3. Lilo is gonna go with 2, and Gappa supermarket getting the full 3. So we should be getting rid of 9 items at Gengyang, meaning there should be more space afterwards, and or the most space possible at this point, so that when we get to the next few farms we could at least get a few items. Okay, this isn't going well. I should maybe just reverse out of here. And yeah, this would actually be easier in third person, but I mean, I kind of want to try this. Oh god, I have no idea where I'm going. Okay, we cleared whatever that thing is. I think we are good now. Taking another lamppost? I guess the fence is a bit too sturdy. Let's go third person. I don't wanna spend the entire time just maneuvering here. But yeah, as you can see, since the one axle is slightly lifted and the wheels aren't really touching the ground all that much, I can easily go perpendicular to the truck and or to the trailer, and it still works without any problems. Otherwise the turning radius here would be so much larger. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but I hope my graphics are better now. Stuff got messed up a little bit, I don't know how. Basically, something must have reset at some point. It just, it was a bit weird. Don't know if it was from my settings not really saving. Maybe I have done something on my old PC that carried over to the new one. It just... I was basically filming or recording the entire thing here at the same bitrate that I would otherwise be using for streaming. So a much lower one, and honestly I haven't streamed in years. That bitrate was also based on my old PC, so it really didn't look too great. But I hope it's better now. I had to do quite a few changes to it, because basically when I first made the adjustment... Oh, Jesus Christ. I know why this thing has failed. It's actually kind of terrifying sitting in here. Imagine doing that in real life and suddenly the trailer that you are basically already below, it just starts scraping on your roof, trying to get to you. Yeah, anyways, I changed a few things. I even got it to lag out quite a bit for a moment, so that was a bit concerning. But right now at least it should be running, and it should be looking quite a bit better. I don't know what happened to my old settings. I remember upping the graphics on this PC a while ago for recording, and it just completely reset at some point. I don't know. Weird thing. This might make my uploads a bit longer, so maybe if we get the next update a bit later in the day, I might not be able to do the upload for the video on the same day anymore, because that might take a few hours now, but other than that, we should be good. And I would like my videos to look at least good and, yeah, have a high quality recording of all the stupid shit that I'm doing here. Well, just felt the truck stepping out on me for a moment. That was an NPC driver from another company. Yeah, anyways. So yeah, should all be looking a bit nicer, and I just hope that it won't be stuttering or anything. The obvious problems I think I sorted out, but anything else we'll have to see about. Oh yeah, another thing that I was meaning to ask and I almost forgot about. On my main character, the steel mills, it might be slightly full on both coils and H-beams. So if anybody has a good idea on what to do with the stuff, please let me know. I don't really have many ideas for that kind of thing anymore, and I might otherwise just leave it until we get more factories that actually need those. So I might just keep them as a stockpile, but if there's anything interesting to be done with them, I might also go for that. Would be looking quite interesting if I got all the coils onto a trailer, but I think it would be a bit of a waste and also way too heavy for delivery. I mean, 30 coils are 14 tons per item. 140 tons times 3, I think that's a bit heavy, yeah. I remember hearing about one person who did that, and I don't know if I wanna be that guy who does it as well. That sounds like a lot of pain. And worse than that, the steel mill would be empty again, and if I ever need coils, then I would have to grind them out again. I mean, honestly, for the most part, I've just been letting one or two AI tasks take care of it for me. Occasionally letting one run to and from the limestone quarry, but everything else it's just been automatic for the most part. I like doing a few coal runs here and there and a few iron ore runs, but they got old. Which was kinda predictable considering that they are both on the same path, but yeah, I've talked about that at length for quite often now, so yeah. Anyways, main thing, there are coils available, and if anybody has some fun shenanigans that could be done with those, let me know. I would be down to do something with them. Otherwise, they're just going to stay in stock until there's something that needs them. Speaking of my main character, I don't know if I mentioned that before in a video, but my plan right now is just keep using that guy for testing until that update comes. So even if somebody has a good coil suggestion, wouldn't be happening anytime soon. The thing is, obviously the new updates, they always differ quite a bit from the current one, and rolling back and forth always has the potential to mess things up. Especially if I bought a lot of the new stuff, I don't always know if it's going to be there again if I go back to the updated version, and there are some other specific items that I'm always a bit careful about. So ideally I don't really want to touch the main guy on this update anymore, so you shouldn't be seeing him until it's time for the new update to go into public testing, at which point I can make videos about this stuff again. And honestly, I'm really looking forward to it. For this one, I've kinda gone with a bit of a different tactic. So basically on the testing branch, I'm really just trying to test if things are working as intended. So if a new vehicle is coming out, I test if all the lights are working. I'm seeing if there's any weird physics interactions. I mean, if it's a semi-trailer or something like that, or semi-truck, I try attaching it to different trailers, that kind of thing. Maybe do one or two deliveries. Standard stuff. But there is a difference between testing for the basic functionality and really putting the stuff through its paces. And the latter is something that I would like to do with you guys. So for some of the things, I'm just really testing the basics, but really seeing if there is maybe a highly challenging delivery. That's something that I would like to keep for videos that I can post on the channel here. I mean, the private testing stuff isn't really under NDA or anything, which is why I can talk about it, but I can't just go onto that version and make videos on the whole topic. I don't even know if that would be disallowed, but it would also just feel like teasing you guys with it, and nah, not really worth getting into, because that's really just not going to happen. But yeah, anyways, for the most part, yeah, the stuff that I'm doing there, eventually we are going to see it on the channel, and I'm going to try and keep some of the challenges for there, and it's gonna be really interesting jumping in. Also, I gotta say, up until recently I've been maybe a bit lukewarm on the next update. There's not like bad stuff in there by no means, but yeah, the stuff that's good in there, that's just, some of it isn't really for me right now. A lot of tucking things and I would really like to see other stuff. I mean, the game is more than just trucking. He says as he was trucking. But yeah, I would like to see more updates focus on other things, but I've talked about that before. Anyways, the big thing is, recently there has been another edition, which you can also find on the Trello if you want to take a closer look. Wink wink, nudge nudge. And yeah, there's now suddenly a big thing that's gonna be very, very good for a lot of different aspects of the game. And I'm so excited to show you guys what it's all about, but yeah. What did I talk about teasing? Let's move on to another topic. If I had another topic. Oh yeah. The thing is, I've actually been trying to make more videos recently. This isn't even the first attempt at something. I've tried making something on the whole Golima rotator in combination with a Lomax trailer thing, just going for multiple tow requests or rescue requests, putting them all on the trailer and bringing them over to this island from OG. Fun stuff, takes a while, but works out pretty well if it wasn't for one specific bug. That means that if you pull out one of the winch cables for too far, sometimes attaching that to a car has that car fling towards your truck like a missile. Jesus Christ, what the hell is going on? I think somebody might have been abandoning something there. Better take care of that. I mean, I can wait, but if I wasn't the guy nearby, I would likely just go and despawn this entire thing. Okay, anyways, Gengang is here. We're gonna deliver the first item after just 20 minutes. Jesus Christ, that all takes longer than I would like it to. So yeah, that bug I think is something that I mentioned before. But I thought I figured out what triggered it because it doesn't happen all the time. And yeah, I started making that video. First car worked out beautifully. Second car, not quite as much, got flung around, landed on the side, and was a huge pain to deal with, thanks to being... thanks to me using one of the larger trucks in the game in combination with a massive trailer. I'm just gonna navigate out of here using third person. See, and this is why I lifted that one axle, because it allows me to do stuff like this. Boom. Also could go for refueling here. Don't know why I'm still looking back there. But yeah, we are also now down to 21 items, which means I should maybe check here in the back. Just to see how many there are still left there. Yeah, there's a good amount of space, and also the head of one of the NPCs glitching through the ground. I'm not jumping, that's happening automatically. But yeah, in the end, I had 2 more episodes through that. I loaded up some of the stuff, I split the stuff into because it was like way over an hour in the end. And yeah, it just didn't really work out. Wasn't in a good mood after all of that. So I guess I'm going to wait on the whole thing until we hopefully see a fix for that bug. Because yeah, the method there is really fun, it's quite awesome, makes a good amount of money, while being completely over the top, but yeah, it needs to work reliably. And if you are doing something where you need precision, where you need to be careful, it doesn't help if the car that you don't want to damage just flies off like it's being shot out of a slingshot or something. Okay, anyways, we have a few more pallets here. Warehouse, supermarket. And let's just go for Helm. I mean, we can maybe go for Gappa with one. Lizu supermarket. Seongsang. And yeah, that's it. The other ones are rice bags instead of pallets. We might also be pretty full right now. So we'll have to see how much more we can get. There's at least one more farm before we get to the next supermarket. I'll have to check the route in a moment. I still wonder if they are ever going to do anything with this supermarket. It was added in the same update. I think it replaced one of the construction sites around here. But no such luck. I mean, it wouldn't make sense splitting the area into two. Gangyang, Seongsang should be the same, but it would be nice if it also took a few supplies. Don't know how they would mix it up or something. But yeah, anyways, let's go towards the next place. There should be some sort of farm on the left in a moment. Whee! Yeah, also another thing I would like to talk about real quick. I don't think it's worth going into it too much, but I'm quite amazed. I know that Mr. Wang recently became a father, and yeah, that must take a lot of time and energy, and I know that he's been, yeah, obviously taking care of his child, but also still working on the game. And while the pacing of the updates has definitely slowed down for the beginning of the year, I mean the size of the update so far, I mean the last one, Steel Mill, and the 8x4 truck and all of that, the Iron Mine, that's still a pretty big update. And to be clear, the next one isn't going to be small either. So props to him for still doing a lot of stuff, even if it takes a bit longer to come out after all, but I mean, the waiting is still definitely worth it. Okay, and this is where we run into cargo space problems, so I'm going to unload a bit here because I would rather get one more pallet for the next one up ahead. Yeah, there is another farm here. This one, I think that's oranges? I don't know. Not really worth getting there because we can't really pick up anything anymore. Oh god. I just beat myself. Shouldn't have gone for that little slope there. Okay, let's do this again. But maybe not with the same outcome, ideally. So maybe it's time to just reverse out of here. I have no idea what I'm doing. I can't see shit from here. And the mirrors aren't even helping all that much either. But I think that might be the road. Oh no, I'm definitely turning this way too far. Okay, let's just try and keep it somewhat straight over here and then hopefully bring it back onto the road. What the fuck? Yeah, this thing is all kinds of weird. Oh look, I'm beached again. Yeah, the AI definitely has it a bit easier. Come on, let's just go on here. I could have easily done this by just going into third person, but 2 attempts must be enough here. So let's bring it over to the next supermarket. At which point we should be getting pretty empty here, because I loaded basically 3 pallets of every type of item. So that might be... How many farms have we visited? 5? 3 in Gappa, 1 in Gangyang, the other one over here. So we might be half empty after that, which is nice. Or close to it, at least. So yeah, from that point on I can get a few more items on. And yeah, once again, if I did this for multiple laps, especially if I did this a bit quicker or had another NPC guy helping out, it would actually work out quite nicely. So yeah. Theoretically I could even stay on this road, but honestly, since I'm trying to follow my truck route, we have to go to the left here. This is a tiny detour which gets us past the orange farm, or the oranges farm, whatever. And yeah, I just mean that it produces oranges. It's not painted orange, I don't think. So this would be another place where we can load on some items which don't really fit into the truck anymore. But yeah, from there we should be getting back onto the road in a moment and then going straight towards Seongsang from there. Oh yeah, also fun little thing. I recently got the achievement for doing 100 laps around Ansan with the Formula SCM. Honestly, this... Jesus Christ. Yeah, you guessed it. Stuck again. That's such a weird bump. Okay, we might be needing to get a bit creative over here. Let's see if I can ride this on the sideline. Yeah, that seems to be working quite a bit better. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know with this tractor-trailer combination. It's never going to be a smooth ride. Unless they disable collision between them, and I don't think they should. So yeah, for the longest time I was kinda dreading the whole thing because I'm really not one to just do laps around the track, the whole yeah, just time trial thing. It's never been really my deal. I much prefer doing proper races with other people and that kind of thing. Or NPCs, whatever. But yeah, just hot lapping, yeah. But for some reason, on a I think on Tuesday or whatever. I just felt like doing it. Put on some music in the background and did an easy 70 laps or so. So, yeah. That's how you get stuff done sometimes. Now the only two achievements that are missing for me are 100 harbor deliveries, which I'm still working on this character, and the 5,000 trash bags. Of which I've done like 1.6k already or something. I've recently done another trash run which got interrupted, but worked out quite nicely in the end. Basically I was on my other character, and then the next update came out for the testing. So I brought home what I had already, and that was about it. But yeah, that stuff is just going to take a long time. I hope they eventually do something and give us a bit more content for trash bag collection. Like another trash truck or another version of the whole thing that allows us to do more. Something to make it a bit more interesting and mix it up a little bit. Partially I get that just using my Atlas dump, but in the end, yeah, it would be nice to have a few more options. I don't know how I got 6 corn pellets here, but I mean it's gonna be alright. Oh yeah, 6 of the corn pellets might have been from the other farm there. The one outside of Gangyang. Let's see, is that a corn farm? Yep. So it kinda ignored that I had that loaded already and just gave me them anyways. So maybe I should have skipped that one and gone for the orange farm anyways and just, yeah, get a few more different types of items. Because this isn't really going to do much for anybody here. Let me let that guy pass. Oh, you little shit, get out of my way. Okay, here we go. So if I had gone for the oranges, we would have delivered 3 corn and 3 oranges, so that would be a better town bonus here. Basically, half the corn pellets that I just unloaded went into Nirvana. Oh look, there's somebody else doing the whole thing here. That's nice. Even having another tow truck hooked up. I could have gone in there, but I might be going around here and then coming in from the other side. So let's see. Please don't turn left. Ah, thank God. I don't want that NPC in front of me anymore. So what are we going to do now? Just head over here. I don't know what kind of farm this is. I hope it's not another corn farm, but I couldn't tell you. I think it might be something else, I hope at least. The crops outside aren't always a good indicator because there are all types of crops here and there. I've seen carrots and they don't really have a carrot farm anywhere. It's another corn farm, god dang it. Okay, this time we are going for Geppa. I mean, I could maybe load on one for Hallam, but that's about it. Oh, and Jijo, because that's the next one. So while they will basically be wasted, it doesn't make much of a difference. And we can take one for Gengyang as well while at it. How the hell am I stuck again? Okay, this thing really isn't off-road ready. You know what, let's reset to outside of here. I don't wanna go back there. But you know what, with the next one being Jeju to reach, the next destination being Jeju. Jesus fucking Christ, I can't talk today. The next destination is Jeju Supermarket. Thanks for watching, and we'll continue this journey the next time. Until then, have a good one, and bye bye.